Hello, welcome back. This is another video, except today this is reaction video number 3, which, like the first one, we actually watched this one in class again. So, made it for a very short class, but there was a lot of lessons to be learned from it. And the title of this video was She Did That, which doesn't sound very appealing, but if you watch the actual video yourself, you'll actually learn a lot of things that you may not know about. And this is the reaction video for it. So basically what the video is it interviews a variety of women who are entrepreneurs and are really successful at their own businesses, except the key difference in a normal video is that it's not white. They're interviewing black women in this video to show basically the progress of how far the black community has come, what they've been able to do, show the statistics of, in fact, how unlikely they are compared to a lot of white women until recently, or mixed women, and to also show how much further they still have to go, but also comparing that to how far they've come already. So basically the course of the video talks about each woman, how they started. Like there was one that based hers on journalism/social media, so she writes a lot. And there was another one on she started a lipstick company by making her own lipstick because she had tried it somewhere else, but it turned out she really liked it, but it wasn't for sale or something, and she wanted to make a variant of her own. That's what she did. And there was another woman that was, I think, into technology, and she just worked with technology a lot of her life, and that was how she started. But the message there is all these women, they start off, like they have an interest, but instead of turning it into a hobby like most people, they go to, like me, most people go to college, go to school, go to work, have a hobby. Like my hobby is playing video games, playing tennis, doing a sport, playing with friends. But instead of just using that hobby as something for fun, they turn it into a profession. And their advice is, this is really key advice, you have to take risks and you have to be willing to suffer and go through the pain, and you have to accept that a lot of times that there's going to be times where you fail, there's going to be a lot of hardships, but in the end, if you stick with it, then eventually it will turn around for the better. Like these women, like the lipstick person and the person that was involved with technology and the person that was involved with journalism, and she said that she wouldn't be where she was today if she didn't find out that she loved writing so much, because that's what she majored in, that's what she focused on her entire life, and that's her passion. Another thing the video touches on is surprisingly how unlikely black women were to get entrepreneurial jobs compared to white women, which is really surprising to me because, I don't know, it's probably my generation, because for me, I've seen lots of both, lots of successful both, lots of white women, lots of mixed women from different cultures, and lots of black women too that are really successful. And I never really thought about how it could play such a part in it, so I guess my reaction to that part of the video is surprised, because I never really thought about it. That really never occurred to me, how the culture could really change that much. Yes, I knew that it could change some aspects to it, but I never thought about how it could change the pay, how it could change your chances from 60 to 20% is something like the video said. I never thought about how impactful that would be. And another really, really important point that the video talks about is how all these women, not only did they go through hard times, but they had really good role models to look up to as a kid. Like, they all had people that they wanted to base themselves after. Like, a lot of them said they had really good parents. They had really, I won't call it wealthy, but they had good childhoods to where they could do that stuff. They could do what they wanted. They could get a head start early. And something that the video does to demonstrate this is they show two kids, two girls, two black girls, and how their mom is showing off their drawing, because she notices their drawing is really good for their age, and she is, I don't think it said if they were selling them or not, but it did talk about how parents should do this more, so that way their kids advance further ahead. They can understand how business works, how a job works, and what it means to actually get a head start, and how it talks about that lots of kids don't have that opportunity, and they were the lucky ones. One of the ladies said in the video that I thought, this really surprised me, but this is also really, really impactful to anyone, not just the black community, but she said something along the lines of, it doesn't matter how hard you work and how hard you want it. Because you're black, you're going to have to work twice as hard as the next person in line, as a white person, which my reaction to that, I mean, that's kind of sad, like, to think about that. I don't think it should be based off that. I don't think it should really be determined by your skin color, which isn't really in your control, like, 9 times out of 10. I don't think it should be based around that. It should be based around how hard you work and how hard you want something. Like, if you have a passion and you're willing to work for it, like, who cares, like, what your skin color is? You should be able to get it. But unfortunately, that's not how it is. And my reaction to that is, like, very surprised, very, I guess I'll say shell-shocked, because it's not really my culture, and it's not my understanding, because I'm not a woman and I'm not black, I'm white. But overall, the video ends off by giving some good advice, like, you have to take risks, you have to make it not just a hobby, but make it like something into your career. But overall, the video was really interesting. Especially for leadership, it gives you a new perspective that you might not think about before. And I reacted pretty appreciative. Like, I can appreciate other cultures and how they're different. And overall, I thought the video was pretty good. And I was pretty surprised by a lot of the stuff that happened.